Welcome to the BrainX channel. In this video, we are going to do practice examples on negative exponents. Before we simplify this algebraic fraction fully, we are first going to do some basic practice examples. For number 1, we have x to the power of negative 5. Now, you're never allowed to have a negative exponent in your answer, so you have to change that negative exponent to a positive exponent. Think about this. This x to the power of negative 5 is actually all over 1. So what we need to do to change this negative 5 to a positive exponent, we have to move this to the bottom and this denominator to the numerator. Therefore, our answer will be 1 over x to the power of 5. Notice now that my exponent is positive. Example 1 is done. Next up, we've got this x squared over x to the power of negative 4. Now, looking at this fraction, I can see that I'm dividing this x squared by this x to the power of negative 4. And whenever we divide and the bases are the same, and in this case it is x, then you can subtract your exponents. So I write down my x, which is my base, and I subtract the exponent. So it's 2 minus 4. Now be careful, we need to get rid of this bracket. And to do that, I multiply. Negative times a negative gives us a positive. 2 plus 4, so that is x to the power of 6. Okay, number 2 is done. Number 3, x squared, all raised to the power of negative 2. So here we have a power that is raised to another power. So what can we do? Yes, we can multiply the exponents. So I'm going to write my base, which is the x, and it is 2 times with negative 2. And that gives me x to the power of negative 4, because 2 times with negative 2 is negative 4. Now notice here that we've got this negative exponent, and we are not allowed to have a negative exponent for an answer, so I need to make it positive. So I'm going to write it as 1 over x to the power of 4, and my exponent is positive. And that is the final answer. You can also do this using this method. Let me show you. If I have x squared all raised to the power of negative 2, now because I have this negative 2 as an exponent, I can flip whatever's in this bracket. So let's do that. I can write it like this, and then my exponent is positive. Now we can apply law 5 where I have the power of a quotient. So that means this 2 must be applied to both the numerator and the denominator. So that gives us 1 to the power of 2 over x, and it's 2 multiplied by 2. And that leaves us with 1 over x to the power of 4. Can you see that both these answers are the same? So whichever method is the easiest for you to use. Okay, so number 3 is done. Now let's have a look at number 4. Here we have a fraction, so let's write the fraction line. I can do nothing with the numerator for now, so I'm just going to write down 1. Now look at the denominator. Here you have to be very careful. Now this exponent is negative 3, but this exponent only applies to the x. It does not apply to the 2. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to write down the 2. This negative 3 does not apply to this 2. And to make this x to the negative 3 positive, I have to move it upstairs or to the other side of the fraction line. I can write it as x to the power of 3 to make this exponent positive. So my final answer is 1x cubed over 2. But I am going to write it like this because we do not need to have that 1 in front of the x. Okay, now that we've done these basic negative exponent examples, we are going to do this example. Always remember before you start with any math problem to write it down, especially if you are in a test or in an exam, so that you can work from that. Okay, let me show you how we are going to simplify this. First up, I can see we are dealing with numbers, we are dealing with variables, and some of these variables have negative exponents. And the other thing is this is a fraction, so that means we are going to do some dividing as well. The best way to tackle these is to do this piece by piece. So I'm going to deal with the numbers first, and they are 4 and 8. Now I can see that the 4 and the 8 is divisible by 4. So that means I can divide both of them by 4. So let's do that. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Let's draw the fraction line. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, now that my numbers are done, or the coefficients, let's move on to the variables. Now, this is where you have to pay close attention. I've got a variable x to the power of negative 3, and below the fraction line, we've got x squared. This means I'm dividing this numerator by the denominator. And whenever you're dividing and your bases are the same, you keep your base. So I'm going to write the base at the top, and then we're going to subtract the exponents. So I've got this negative 3 minus 2. And negative 3 minus 2 gives us negative 5. So now I know I can write negative 5 as the exponent for my x variable. Okay, now let's move on to the next variable, which is y. I've got the y to the power of 5, and I have to divide it by y to the power of negative 1. So the bases are the same, so I'm writing the y in the numerator's place. Then we are going to subtract their exponents, and then we've got 5 minus negative 1. Now, how do I get rid of this bracket? I have to multiply. Negative times a negative is positive, so that gives us 5 plus 1. That gives me 6. So I know that the exponent for y is 6. Okay, there are no other variables to consider, so let's have a look at what we've got here. We still have numbers, but here we have a variable with a negative exponent. So I need to make that exponent positive. So how do we do that? I'm going to start with my fraction line. Now let's start with the numerator. This 1 stays at the top. This 2 can stay at the bottom. But now I have to make this exponent positive. So how do I do that? Yes, I move this x downstairs. So I'm going to move it down to the denominator, and now I can make my exponent positive. Okay, and now we have this y to the power of 6. It is already positive, so it stays where it is. So y to the power of 6. Now I can just write it neatly if I want to, but you can leave it like this. I do not need to write this 1 in my answer, so I'm going to write y to the power of 6 over 2x to the power of 5. And that is my final simplified answer. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope negative exponents make more sense to you after watching this video. In the next video, we will simplify 2 more algebraic fractions before moving on to the real grade 10 exponent work. See you in the next video.